we'll get to your stuff later, you know?
So I guess the damn it doll is not a good thing to pull out when somebody's talking to you and they say something stupid and you start slamming the desk.
No, that is actually good. So
No, Scott, do not.
no, it is.
Do not feed the beast.
The damn it doll
I was going to say,
well noted in the company because they said, we have got to save more trash cans. We need to get Chris something else. And next thing I know, I walk into the office, on my desk is a damn it doll.
Well, you know what? He is the president of NARI. I'm just,
well,
I don't know if you guys know this. Also published author. I'll just wrap that real quick. Yeah. And I know John Maxwell's guy who worked for him in Atlanta at one point doing something for him, and I worked at the guy's house. So there you go.
so we've got to give him something to cope, is all I'm saying. Right?
I need a lot of things.
He's so important. We really need to make sure he's taken care of. That's all I'm saying.
That's a good one, though. So damn it doll, not bad. Good.
Not bad.
That's all I heard. Scott hates Chicago. Scott says, small business owners get the shaft. Let's go. Hoorah. Let's go.
Welcome to the Small Business Safari, where I help guide you to avoid those traps, pitfalls, and dangers that lurk when navigating the wild world of small business ownership. I'll share those gold nuggets of information and invite guests to help accelerate your ascent to that mountaintop of success. It's a jungle out there, and I want to help you traverse through the levels of owning your own business that can get you bogged down and distract you from hitting your own personal and professional goals. So strap in, adventure team, and let's take a ride through the safari and get you to the mountaintop.
Hey, everybody, podcast land. We're ready to rock and roll. Scott says sound check sounds good. And I'm like, great. And we're not going to tell you what happened right before this, but yeah, Chris done fucked it up again, Alan. And I got the sound right because Scott was genius enough to say, hey, guys, I think you don't have your mics working. And sure enough, we don't.
Same stuff, different day.
Here we go.
And
Chris,
you
master of technology.
You'd hit the dump button so you could tell me to FO, and he heard it.
I know. That was hilarious. I know. That was good. So we won't be playing that episode, everybody. So we're going to try this episode. So, hey, everybody, how's your week going? Well, it was going really good until I did all that. I can promise you that one right now. But I do got to talk about one of the guys who called in off the podcast, Custom Integrated Solutions. Man, I had these guys call in and say, hey, or contact me through email like you all can, Chris at thetrustedtoolbox.com. I'll give you 30 minutes. We'll talk. And he says, hey, I listen to the podcast. Love what you're saying. Can we jump on a call? And I'm like, yeah, man. I said, I get on the call with him. I'm like, dude, I can't find your website. I'm like, what do you guys do? He goes, oh, yeah, we haven't gotten around to doing that. And so I jump right into coach mode. Oh, you don't have a website, man. I said, how long you guys been at this? He goes, 30 years. I'm like, oh, yeah. Coach,
you were going to get all mastermind group on him, and he just schooled you. He pulled down your pants.
Over. I am so jelly with these guys, man. They got an awesome business. What they do is they work with ultra wealthy clients in Southern California and put in integrated AV solutions in these people's homes. And all of their work comes from referrals, not one advertising thing whatsoever.
I can see why you're jealous.
I am so jealous.
Are you going to get into the trusted AV toolbox?
I can't. I want nothing but high-end people who just give me blank checks like we're about to ask Scott for.
Yeah, by the way, Scott, you will get to talk.
No, we're not yet. Hang on, hold that.
I don't need to, dude. It's good. It's good.
So we got
an invitation precedes you.
That's right. So we jumped on this one really quick because we've got Skot Waldron, everybody. I'm feeling unlocked, unhinged. He unlocks everything around the world for your culture and your business. But Alan says, man, I'm really looking forward to talking to this guy today. And yes, you guys, you'll all hear from him in a minute, but you got to hear how I met this dude. He was at the NARI Cutting Edge event, which I'm the president of NARI.
What role do you play at NARI?
I am the president.
I'm curious. Which one?
Thank you. I'm glad you guys asked. Not only am I
love this guy.
Yeah, this is going to be fun, Scott.
I feel that, kindred spirit. Finally, I will have 2-on-1 versus Chris.
Oh, no. I'll take it. You know what? Because I could be extra. I don't know.
You're a little extra.
Yes. One of my sons, the kid from school said that, hey, my uncle has met your dad in Michigan. He goes, yeah, it reminds me of being a little extra, kind of an asshole, but kind of funny. I'm like, yeah, I'll take all that. So we get into this. I'm doing the NARI event. NARI event's over. Scott's walking out. Somebody says, have you met Scott? I said, I didn't. He was one of our speakers. I'm like, oh, thanks for doing that. And they say, oh, he's got a book too. I'm like, oh, yeah, you got a book? Great. I got a podcast. I said, you got to come on my podcast. He goes, great. I got a book. I'll come on your podcast. And the elevator doors close.
Boom.
And here we are today, open open the elevator.
Your
doors.
favorite networking event ever.
Yeah, it was
It was
hummingbird shit.
3 times speed. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which network? Which event was it?
This is the NARI Cutting Edge event, I believe.
Oh, are you doing something with that?
Did I mention that not only am I the president of NARI Atlanta, but I'm on the national board. High-end remodelers who do great work. Scott, thanks so much.
Is
for listening
being
in.
president a big deal? I don't know. Or are there other titles?
Well, funny enough,
than that?
I actually lobbied to move it to SAR, and they said no.
Supreme
I said,
leader?
And I said, do I get to have a crown and a scepter? And they said no.
Emperor is a cool title. I am Emperor of Nary.
Gonna do that. Please kiss the ring. The emperor's now started the room. Thank you. All right.
Throw him up.
Is that what you were doing? Because I did see the throne in there. I didn't know if that was going to be like used by you or if like what was going on with that.
I thought the security guards were going to keep you away from me, but no. I'm like, where'd they go? I'm empty. I could get shot here. I mean, I could be John Lennon. I could go down. Somebody protect the king.
Yeah, you had to fire those guys. They did not do a good job.
Scott. All right, Skot Waldron's here, guys. We have got to get into this. Scott.
You should let him talk because he's kind of a big deal.
He's a way bigger deal. I know. And guys, go check this out. We're going to give you all the stuff and the details here. He's a speaker. He's an author. He's got his own podcast. He actually is a business owner, so he knows what you're going through and what you're dealing with. And we're excited to have Skot Waldron on here, a fellow Atlantan, but he decided not to come in here in person.
And he missed out on the bourbon smashes.
I did, but I do have a bottle of water.
Yeah, that's close.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So Scott, welcome to the show. Before we get into it, I really got to know, how did you get to this position? Because I looked at your LinkedIn profile, and it's some pretty interesting stuff you did early on. And to get to this, talk about your arc in your career.
Well, I was the artsy fartsy kid in high school, right? So I loved music. I played music. I was in lots of bands growing up, and I loved skateboarding. I loved the art scene. I did a lot of photography growing up, and I don't know, I was that kid, right? So I did a lot of that.
It's the girls that way.
Well, yeah, I did.
Hey,
and so
be modest. He was trying to go, yeah.
No,
you got to see that look on YouTube, folks.
It did happen. So I went to Georgia State. I went there for music industry because I wanted to actually make money doing the art thing because it was like practical too, right? I wasn't getting good enough to be like a musician that was going to crush it. So I go do music industry, and I said, wow, this is not my jam. This takes all the love out of music for me. It's all kind of dirty and kind of backstabbing and whatever. So I was like, I'm not doing that. So then I actually went to Switzerland for a couple of years. I lived there and I talked to a lot of people and I learned Swiss German and I did. So if any of you guys know Swiss German, we can talk, whatever, after.
What's the difference between German and Swiss German? I mean,
probably the biggest question. Great question.
Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my perfect example. I'm going to say I left the wheelbarrow outside. Okay. Regular German. Please correct me, Germans, if I'm wrong. Ich habe die Schubladen draußen gelassen. Okay? Ich habe die Schubladen draußen gelassen. Swiss will say, ich habe die Geräte draußen gelassen.
Oh, good Lord, that's very different.
Oh my God, that's way different.
It's a little bit like Swedish Chef, kind of, you know?
It's
like
hurdy.
So, yeah, so that's
God, it was different.
It's different. And it's not written. It's not a written language. So the Swiss love it because the Germans don't really understand them, but they understand the Germans, and it's a whole thing. Anyway, I went there, came back, and I said, I'm going to try the art thing, but I still want to make money. So get a theme here. Music, want to make money. Art, now I want to make money. So I was like, I'm going to
not connect.
No, they do. Graphic design. I was like, I'm going to do. I had a friend in advertising, another friend that was doing some web stuff. And he's like, you got to go to this art school. So in Buckhead, there's a school there. It was the Portfolio Center at the time, Miami Ad School now. And I went there for 2 years and got recruited for during my 8th quarter. It's a 2-year program to go to Chicago and work at an agency, global agency up there. So worked up there for 7 years. Was cold.
Math. That was, he actually finished in 2 years. That was 8 quarters.
Thank God it wasn't a 3-year program because you were out of fingers.
I saw you counting, man. I saw you counting. So went up there, cold, poor. By the way, Illinois is kind of ugly, y'all. I'm just saying. Okay.
Just say it. As a guy
I'm just saying. Chicago is one of the coolest cities
demographic on this
I've
podcast.
ever been to. and it's one of my favorite cities ever. It's just it's just built in one of the crappiest places in the country. So I'm just going to say that. People are going to argue with me all day, whatever. So we said, we said Skot Waldron. Well, that's the only quote you're going to put on this, aren't you? That's it.
Chicago's the worst city ever. As a guy from Detroit, yes, of course I am.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So anyway,
That says Chicago sucks.
she got endorsed, right, by me. There is so we got pregnant and we're like, you know what? We're going to move back to Atlanta where we're from. Our family's here. We don't want to raise our kids here. So we moved back to Atlanta. I became managing partner of that firm. I started our Atlanta office and built that up to a small agency size, about 8 people, and was like, I don't like all this payroll. And so I said, this is a lot of pressure. This is a lot of whatever, right? And that was just 8 people. Some of you out there have 30, 40, 50, 100. I don't know how many people you have, but it's a lot of pressure. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I really want to carry this on. So did that, built it up. Meanwhile, I'm doing a lot of speaking. I'm starting my speaking career. I'm getting out there and doing some promotion for the company. Also, I'm also talking a lot about brand strategy. I'm talking about social media strategy. I'm talking about developing your personas and doing all the things that represent your brand and your company. Here was my little aha moment, right? Small businesses, I think they get the shaft when it comes to marketing agencies. Okay. I was like this, because I was talking to a lot of smaller businesses at chambers and local events. And I said, what are y'all doing for like your brand strategy work? And they're like, oh, I don't know what that is. I just need a logo, a Facebook page, and a website, and I'm just good. And I'm like, no, not really. That marketing agency just wants you to do that, and they're just going to crap something out for you so that then they can charge you some kind of ridiculous retainer for things you don't know what you're paying for. Like, it's called SEO or whatever you want to call it. And and they're probably doing garbage work for you, but you don't know. So you just kind of keep paying them this retainer fee.
You're 100% right about that.
Am I?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do y'all feel my pain?
You are.
I say 98%, right? I'm not taking them all 100%, but yeah, no.
I'm pretty. Thank you. And keep me humble, man.
I'm in.
Keep me humble, Chris.
Yeah.
So I started
with German critic. I'm the German critic.
That's right. I started to be a little bit. I'm trying to like fight for I'm fighting for that entrepreneur, that startup guy, that person that's like building his companies. He is mortgaging everything he has to start this company and go out on a limb. He's leaving his corporate life to start this company. And I'm like, gosh, you guys, like there's so much more out there. So anyway, so I'm starting to consult them more and coach them more. And I was like, this coaching thing is awesome. I ran into another now colleague of mine who was speaking at the same event. He was doing more leadership kind of coaching and speaking, and I was doing some brand strategy work there. And he goes, hey, you want to trade me? You can join one of my leadership cohorts, but I need some brand strategy work for my stuff. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I know about this leadership stuff. I worked with John Maxwell for a number of years and branding a lot of his products. And
Chris,
that's a great name.
You just slide it in.
Is that how you do that?
Is that what he did?
Yeah, you did. That's like good. Chris, you need to take a note on that.
I know.
When you say I'm president of NARI, you normally pause for the applause.
For the applause?
He just kind of rolls and just drops John Maxwell.
Say it really fast. Like,
say it really.
So he's doing some work for John Maxwell, and then
that's right.
Oh, I like how he did that. But by the way, isn't John Maxwell it was when he was here in Atlanta, right?
Hiring people is the hardest thing we can do. Retaining people is even harder, but man, it is so hard to find good people. That's why I put my trust in Qualified Applicants. The team over there has done a great job helping me find sales managers, helped me find my office manager, helped me find my general manager, but has also helped me find my handyman here in my business at the Trusted Toolbox. Qualified Applicants, they do a great job. They realize that this is not just a recruiting effort, it is a marketing and recruiting effort. And the way they attack our space of home services is amazing. Go check out Qualified Applicants now to help you with your hiring needs.
yeah, well, I mean, he still kind of is. He's in Florida. He's in Florida. He has that house in Florida, but I mean, it's but he's up here sometimes, but he doesn't do as much. Mark Cole does a lot with the John Maxwell Company and running a lot of that stuff now. And
when I first started the business, though, one of John Maxwell's one of his employees lived here in Atlanta. We worked for him.
yeah,
So I thought John was located here in Atlanta. I guess he's
So are you trying to drop John Maxwell? Because you did some
I'm just doing 6 degrees separation.
drywall for John Maxwell.
I'm telling Scott that we have common people in common.
we do. I feel so much fun. I feel
John Maxwell's guy who worked for him in Atlanta.
I feel so connected to you, Chris, right now.
Right there.
Like, dude, elevator, John Maxwell. What else can we say here?
It all comes
We're
together.
gonna find
Oh,
out. We're gonna find out because yeah.
But I was like, I know about this leadership. I'm a creative agency guy. I don't really need that. My people love me. It's all good. Well, I joined this cohort. 2 months later, I said, I am probably one of the worst communicators, like when it comes to like interpersonal stuff. Like, I think I'm like, my people really like me and I like them and chummy, and my clients like me a lot. But I found out that I'm not great at communicating. I was helping companies communicate, but I personally, as a leader, wasn't great at it. So it changed my life, my whole perspective. So I started shifting a lot of what I did to what I call internal brand development. External brand development is sales, marketing, whatever you do outside. And I said, clients, if you want me to do your external brand stuff, I have to first do the internal brand stuff. I'm going to work with your leaders. I'm going to work with your teams. I'm going to work with cohesiveness internally, because you can't be healthy on the outside if you're unhealthy on the inside, right? We learn that through health and all kinds of other things, right? We can fake it for a while, but it's eventually going to bring us down. So
College football is what went through my mind. You got to
Tell me.
recruit your own team. I mean, you know,
I thought you meant when you had it when things aren't going right, college football. I'm like, yeah, I'm with Saturdays, I'm with Sundays. I mean, everyone them all.
well, you got to continually recruit your own team. You know,
That's
it used to be you had your players, you had them for 4 years, and now you got your players, and you're hoping to keep them for one.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
that is interesting. I never thought about that. That's really smart.
Thank you.
He is with pride. You know what? I often take Alan's ideas and make them my own and tell him about them back. I'm like, Alan, I got a great idea. He goes,
Here's what you should do. You should mute Alan's mic. When he says something, just repeat it back like you're active listening. And then you're saying it into the mic and nobody can really hear what he's saying. So,
Alan,
I thought we had something going here.
Well, Alan, because he listens to all of our podcasts, everybody. Alan always does the check. So I can't pull one over on him. But I guarantee you the reason he's doing that is because he's trusting but verifying that I didn't just like take him out of the entire episode.
I love it. I love it. There's high levels of trust here. It's
We're
really
developing our team. I love that idea. You take your outward, because you got an internal market. I mean, this is good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, your external brand, people focus so much on recruitment. And then once we get in, we underestimate the impact of how much our culture will destroy or enhance that relationship. We kind of like to got them in, get them onboarded, give them the handbook, the PDF, whatever, let them read through it, train them for a day. And then we're like, people aren't loyal anymore. Then like we wonder what's going on, right?
You are so right. I don't understand why people put such a good foot forward when they're recruiting, and then the second the person's in, then they become the Medusa that they are. It just drives me crazy.
You're talking about the leader of the company?
Just
Even the
culture. Yeah.
Let's I mean, that's one of the big things Scott talks about. Let's talk about culture and what it is. I think a lot of people, we talk about it, we talk around it a lot. I don't know if a lot of people can have concrete what that means, because I've said this before. You have a culture in your company, whether you know it or not, and whether you're cultivating it or not, your culture is sitting there. So you better understand what it is.
Yeah, and there's no one definition of culture.
So Scott, how do we do this? How do we define our culture? How do we make it good? And what do you do?
I'm going to say right now, it's company culture it's the air you're breathing, right? People don't necessarily pay attention to it because it's just always there, and you have it whether you know it or not, and whether you're working on it or not. It's how work like feels on the inside. Unwritten rules, shared behaviors, things we allow versus disallow, values we set, not the 5 that are on your break room poster of an eagle. Like it's like mindset. It's how people show up, how they interact, how they make decisions. And it's all of that stuff that we kind of say, that's the soft stuff. We don't do much with the soft stuff is the soft stuff. We got to do the hard stuff, right? But the soft stuff is the hard stuff because that is the stuff that causes people to leave the companies that they work for. And then we just chalk it up to, well, we don't have time for that because that's kind of a longer term investment. And we really just want immediate results, like whatever. And we got to work on this proposal right now. So we'll get to your stuff later, you know?
So I guess the damn it doll is not a good thing to pull out when somebody's talking to you and they say something stupid and you start slamming the desk.
No, that is actually good.
No, Scott, do not.
No, it is.
Do not
It is.
feed the beast.
The damn it doll
I was going to
is
say,
well noted in the company because they said, we have got to save more trash cans. We need to get Chris something else. And next thing I walk into the office, on my desk is a damn it doll.
Well, you know what? He is the president of NARI.
Well,
I don't know if you guys know this. Also published author. I'll just wrap that up real quick.
Yeah.
And I know John Maxwell's guy who worked for him in Atlanta at one point doing something for him, but I worked on the guy's house. So there you go.
So we've got to give him something to cope, is all I'm saying. Right?
I need a lot of things.
He's so important. We really need to make sure he's taken care of. That's all I'm saying.
That's a good one though. So damn it doll, not bad. Good.
Not bad.
That's all I heard. Scott hates Chicago. Scott says small business owners get the shaft. Let's go. Hoorah. Let's go.
And damn it, dolls are good.
Damn it,
Dolls are good.
I think that's our podcast title.
I think we got it. All right. Scott says,
Best podcast title ever.
wow. Oh my God. I think I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this speaking engagement. I think people are going to die for me to come speak about this.
That is good. I wonder if I can make that one of my speaking.
I challenge you right on the air.
Yeah.
I challenge you, and we're in a lot of continents like Australia, so in the galaxies. So I'm going to challenge you to have one of your speaking session titles. Damn it, dolls are good.
Okay, here goes.
Dude, oh, if that
I'm writing it down.
I'm coming in. I'll promote the shit out of that.
Do it in Vegas, and Chris will be there. He'll do a cameo,
Especially around NFL pro football playoffs.
Do you, when you go to Vegas, do you wear any of those outfits that the girls wear that have angel wings and that want your picture taken with them?
So that's why I do a podcast and a radio show. Did I mention that too? Is that this face is built for radio?
So
no,
is that it?
I'm a little off on that one.
All right. I was just checking. I'm just checking.
But good. Yeah, I think that's a good question.
Good visual.
Actually, I'm thinking about doing a residency at the Sphere. I can't even say it because I'm laughing too hard. I think I'm going to do the residency at the Sphere. When they ask,
say it one more time.
I can't because it's so bad. And Cindy, I know you're laughing your ass off. Just cut some of that.
No, don't.
Just give me a little.
Cindy's not.
Cindy just a list. She does. She listens. She comes in. She goes.
Remember how many times I said, Ed, go back 30 seconds.
I know.
And then it would just go out in the air.
I know. He literally sits in the office next to me. Cindy sits in the office now next to me. Yeah. All right. Let's go back to Scott, shall we?
That's like, oh God.
I know. What if why did I join this thing? I'm wasting.
Oh, wait. Are we recording right now?
Oh, there we go.
That's a really good question because I'm not sure.
Cindy, roll it. No, I'm kidding.
But let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
So I think
Culture. Build.
Yeah, I think that one of the, I get that there's business pressures. I get that we have to make money. And sometimes the culture stuff is kind of like you know what, is there a direct ROI of this like culture training stuff that we're doing right now and investing in our leaders? And like, what's the direct ROI of this? Well, I will tell you right now, the direct ROI is your people not leaving, that, 1.5 times salary is what it takes to replace somebody. There's all kinds of debate on what the real number is, but if let's just throw 1.5 times out because it sounds good.
That's low. I think that's low.
You think it's higher?
I think it's way higher.
Like way higher.
Let's say 2.5.
2?
2.5?
Oh, you want me to commit to a number? I know it's
yes,
way higher.
I do. Alan, I do.
All right, 2 points.
I'll do the math. I'll give
I agree. It is higher. No, you're right. I mean, you guys are 100% right.
It depends on what business you're in. But if you've got like, a client base and whatever that you think you're risking, I mean, yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. And, people don't think about it until it happens. And then they're like, where's my damn it doll? Because I really need, I'm very frustrated right now. So we're too reactive, man. We are way too reactive in our world.
Alan's way too reactive.
We need to be more proactive. And that is called intentionality, which is why my book.
Premeditation is what the word I would.
Is that what it's called?
That's funny.
Is that what you tell the judge? I was just being proactive.
So funny. I just in a couple of weeks, that's exactly what I'm going to say. If this was not premeditated, I was being proactive.
I was being oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. Well,
Been on him? Yes, I
you
did.
know what? We're going to couple that with the name of my book, right? We're going to put those together so you can use this in the same thing. So
Damn it, those are good.
legally, I get in trouble. So this is great. Unlocked a 52-week guide for the intentional leader. The reason why I wanted to be intentional, right? Did y'all? Oh, by the way, I just happen to have a copy right here. Did y'all?
Oh my God, there's a book. Is he an author?
Hey, where's your
Oh.
book, Chris?
I don't have a book because my book
So far behind.
my book is smaller than him. I just have a little one.
A tiny book. That's fantastic.
It's mostly pictures and
You know what's funny?
to dot.
All right, so let's talk about this book a little bit.
Yeah.
When did you have the idea to do it? And then,
Like 10 years ago.
and then when did you finally publish it?
Like a year and a half?
Yeah.
Year and a half ago. So
So, so you were being
really long time.
you were being intentional on putting this together.
Yeah, I was just really thinking hard about it, you know? No, here's what it was. I was completely paralyzed and I read all these other books and I had imposter syndrome. I've never written a book before.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to Adam Grant and Simon Sinek. And I read all these people and I'm going, there's no way I can write a book. Like, nor do I want to write a 300-page science-based, research-based book on all this stuff. I'm like, that sounds ridiculous. And I can't do that. And I'm not going to do that. So one day I'm sitting there and also I had my podcast. So what I did is I lived vicariously through all of the authors that came on my show. So I never had to write a book because I just, said, well, I interview authors, so I don't need to be one. Well, they all kept asking me, when you're going to write your book, when you're going to write your book. I was doing speaking gigs all over the country. People were like, hey, do you have a book out? Hey, my audience wants your book. And I'm just like, rubbing it in my face that I didn't have a book.
So did you write it out of spite then, just to shut them up?
A little bit.
Okay.
It was a little, and that's how I launched it. I said,
Love that question.
take that.
In spite, I'm unlocked.
That's right. That's it. That's it. And so sold one copy after I launched
If you
that.
guys need
It was great.
advertising help on the book, I think we got you covered. All right. Yeah, we got this.
That's it. That's it. There and then one day, and this is a little plug for ChatGPT, my sponsor, is that I'm just kidding. They're not my sponsor. And
What?
This ChatGPT thing came
Let
out.
that go. I would have said, oh my God, I think he's really sponsored by ChatGPT.
I should.
Everything Scott.
I know. I do too.
I should have said, now you're not going to believe anything I say because I just said,
We're out of chat.
anyway, I started plugging some stuff in. I was like, hey, what if I talked about this? What would that look like? Give me 10 chapters. It gave me 10 chapters. I was like, oh, what is this
Yeah.
beast?
Joking?
No, I said, that's interesting. So I had these 10 chapters and I didn't use them, but I'm a riffer, man. So I like to riff. I like to throw stuff out there, see what comes back. And I said, well, write an intro for me for this thing. What would that look like? It wrote it. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. It's not exactly what I would say, but I was like, this is pretty good. So it got me rolling. Then I've collected quotes from from people for 7, 10, 12 years. And I had this bank of quotes. And so I was like, why am I making this hard? I've already got content. I've got these quotes. I already write short form content. And I love this idea of transformation. So inspiration, application, transformation. The book is formatted in 52-week chunks. So I didn't have to write a ton. I have inspiration, which is one of these quotes that I've already collected. I already have it. And then I riff off that. So it's like a page maybe of my thoughts about that quote and how it applies to you as a leader. And then there's application, which is what are you going to do about it? Every week, I want you to do something, take action. After 52 weeks of doing that, you will be a reinvented human being. So Chris, there's help.
I need it because
so
I skipped right to week 36 and I just read week 36 and week 37. So I need to go back because if you go to his website and see this is the chapter I went to read. I'm not gonna be able to quote it, but it basically is, it's okay to start with anger, but it's not okay to end with anger. I'm like, oh,
You're halfway there.
Anger's a great starter, but a horrible finisher.
horrible finisher. Yeah. I was like, well, yeah. So I read it and I was like, oh, Yeah, no, he's right. Wait,
So
right.
show notes.
So it's very application.
Show notes so far.
Right.
Chicago. I hate Chicago. Damn it, dolls are good. And ChatGPT wrote my book. Is that what?
He wrote my book. Go read my book written by ChatGPT.
Oh my gosh.
Or I like Small Businesses Get the Shaft. I so love that one.
That is good.
Yeah.
Man, there's so much to hang on here.
Oh God, this is so good.
Clarification, Alan, I've got it. ChatGPT did not write my book. It helped me write my book, though. It totally did. And I think any of you out there who have shame about that should not feel it. No,
Our
I did.
listeners are very intelligent. They understand humor.
I did write my own book. But man,
Most of it.
ChatGPT is a tool that you should use for a lot.
Stay tuned. Next couple episodes, we're bringing on an AI champion, and I'm going to tell you that I'm going to be able to talk about how I've actually implemented it in my own business, and it has been absolutely 1,000%. It's going to scare the shit out of the big guy.
I'm nervous about that already.
Yeah, so
Let's just watch Terminator. It's coming true.
it is. So
Did you watch what's it called? Transcendence?
My son and I watched Terminator together for the first time last night, which was really fun.
Yeah.
Just kind of old school movie.
that was Arnold's first.
Big deal. James Cameron,
Yeah.
and
Right. So that was.
but it's coming true
Well,
with ChatGPT.
Oh, it totally is. But what's transcend? Is that the other? Well, I want to know the other one because I'm.
Transcendence. That was the one with Johnny Depp, where he at the very beginning of the movie, spoiler alert, he gets shot. He's this real like brainiac dude that's bringing AI to the world really fast. They've learned how to take human conscience and put it into the thing, and he gets shot by someone who's really scared of AI, aka Alan, and somebody shoots him, he's going to die, but his wife, who's his business partner, says we can upload his conscience into the AI thing and keep him alive. So they upload his conscience in there and he starts like taking over the world. And she has this real big dilemma about whether it's really him or not. It's his conscience. And then he like is talking like him. He acts like him and like everything's happened. So I'm just saying it's pretty freaky to think about that could be happening.
But let's go back to this book because you can when you read I've read, I wouldn't say all of them, I've read a couple of chapters. It is very easy to digest for somebody like me who's a hummingbird who doesn't like to read.
I think you used the word read liberally.
I skimmed quickly.
Yeah,
no, I'm kidding. No, I did read it. No, it was good. Like I said,
All you have to do is skim it. You're not supposed to like super duper read
but
it.
you know what? I thought, and I actually sat there and thought for 5 or 10 minutes, and isn't that what reading's supposed
What's
to
the
do?
last book you've super duper read?
The last book,
War and Peace.
Super
duper.
I've never read that one, by the way.
That would kill you.
Oh my God, there's no way.
It'd kill me.
Right? Last book I super duper read. Oh, read or audiobook?
No, I'm like, you were skimming it to get the highlights, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I need to slow down.
I've done so many audiobooks. But the Elon Musk book, the last one, I would tell you that that's one where I actually would listen to a chapter, pause it, and think for a minute. I'm like, wow, this guy
So that's cool.
crazy.
I like that.
I mean, this guy is an asshole genius. I mean, he is just genius, but he's still an asshole first. I'm like, wow.
So you're
Little extra. Is he a little
He's
extra?
Which I'm thinking we get along really well.
50% there too.
He would hate me. But he goes in that surge mode, and I'm sitting there. I was like driving. I almost ran everybody off the road. In fact, I was on Atlanta News, I think, with that. But that doesn't matter. All right,
The chopper.
followed he won't stop. He just keeps driving. He's in a white Bronco. I don't know what's going on. All right, so Scott, back to the book. So you use the book to get your thoughts out there. But real question. Why did you write it? Did you write it to help lead gen, or did you write it?
You wrote it to say F you to the people that were
That's right.
that you write a book.
No.
Oh,
So
that's what I heard.
A few different reasons.
I know what you heard.
It is another kind of feather in my personal cap of I'm a published author. I have done this thing. Okay. I think we need those in life to kind of say, I am an author. Weird to me for me to ever even say that. Okay. I am a leader. I am a dad. I am when we personally give ourselves labels are really important. Okay. Positive ones, I would say. They're helpful. Alan's thinking, what can I say right now? I can see him.
Yes. And he just snorted. You got Alan to snort. That's a good one.
Oh gosh.
Cool.
So
Alan just snorted off of Scott joke. That's good.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. But there's a personal reason for that. But I do feel this is something supplemental to my coaching. So a lot of my coaching clients will get a copy of my book. I had one client that I'm coaching out in Denver, CEO there, who said, "Hey, can I get 20 more copies? I want my leadership team to also be doing this. So every week we're gonna read a chapter together, and then we're gonna process, and then next week we're gonna come back and kind of talk about it." So a lot of companies are doing that. ACEC in Georgia, they're doing it there. If you all know the ACEC crew. But they're doing it. AGC, if you know the Association of General Contractors.
Oh yeah,
Some of them have been doing it. So
what you just talked about with that's actually where I was going to go with this. Is that this book really lends itself well to a book club mentality, and we do book club at my company with my sales guys and my project managers. Where they come in and talk about one topic once a week for educational. So they'll read one chapter of a book. It's 100 Days of Selling in Home Selling. And then they'll talk about it. They'll all give their thoughts, and we go around the room, and everybody has to have one. And I think this book lends itself so well to that. Talking about being actionable, and we didn't really answer the question. My big answer on culture is it starts from the training and it starts from the foundation. And if you're not staying in front of people and doing things and showing them what it's like to be somebody who's in this company doing things right, and then rewarding people who do good things, and then telling people when they screw up, hey, you screwed up. And I'm really good at that.
Is that the way you say it? Hey, you screwed up.
No, 100% no. No, that did not happen. Lead with anger. I think it would start with anger.
I'm thinking
I started with
of
anger.
the basic training scene from Full Metal Jacket.
That's probably close.
Yeah.
Actually, we've already talked about, I've had to make a big, I want to say it's really cool things with Scott here, but culture change. No, I was flipping tables, bro. I flipped them over. I was letting him have it, and I said something, and I let this guy have it. I said a lot of stuff that cannot be repeated on a podcast.
Can't be taken back either.
Oh, I definitely didn't get taken back. And the general manager, after the guy left, my general manager looked at me and says, "I'm not sure what you said, but it definitely sunk in." I'm like, good.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
There's certain aspects of this is where my what makes me a little bit different as a typical executive coach or team culture guy is that I come from the brand strategy world. So when I sit there and I listen to things like that, I say every interaction you have is either a brand deposit or brand withdrawal from your account, right? So are you?
I took a big one out, kind of like Scott's hourly coaching calls.
Oh, you made a deposit. There's no doubt about that.
I took a print withdrawal.
No, that was a big withdrawal.
The rest of the office, unfortunately, heard it all. They might have got a deposit.
Well, it depends, right? And I sit there and I look at things and I say, there are people in your mind right now that you remember from 20 years ago when your career, whatever, either people on your team or leaders that you had, mentors you had, that built you up or they tore you down. That is a brand impression in your brain forever for that person.
100%.
That's how they're remembered. And then I always ask people, how are people going to think and talk about you in 20 years?
Shut up, Alan.
Alan he's ready.
I'm going to mute his microphone.
He's ready.
I may get the double bird today.
Does that only come out every now and then?
Every now and then, you know what? But we are on course for it today.
We are close.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are.
Well, my goal is to get it in there somehow.
I think you're doing a good job of peeling Chris's scalp back and getting inside that head.
Well, that's what we're here to do today is fix Chris. I'm just
let's fix everything.
I want to hear, so Scott, I watched your promotional video on your website. Excellent. You're doing essentially a TED Talk with the beluga whales, and I was thinking about Chris with the clicks and everything, and
the chirps and the clicks and the whistles
and the clicks, and it's like, that might have been a good one for Chris to listen to, because I think Chris is just chirping and clicking, and maybe they're not hearing it in their language.
This is why communication is so important.
I will go listen to that.
No. It's Scott's turn.
I'm sorry, Scott, go please.
No, no, please, Chris.
No, Scott,
I really want you.
No, you hold it. You get the talking pen. You get to talk.
The talking pen. That's it. We'll virtually pass it back and forth. I think that's really important to understand that that's why communication is a thing. That beluga whales, they have these chirps, clicks, and whistles, and they can talk and communicate effectively with each other in a way that they understand. And, but sometimes like we think we're communicating effectively, but we're not. And then our brand is diminished and our influence is therefore diminished. And then people wonder, leaders like, why doesn't anybody follow me? Why do I have to convince these people? Nobody's motivated anymore. I don't know what the problem is. I got to light a fire under that guy. Like, how many times do you say that? And it's like, why are you hiring people or creating a culture where you're constantly lighting fires under people? Like, that's a culture problem. That's not a them problem. That's a culture problem for the most part. If you're either hiring the wrong people or you're training in the wrong way or you're keeping the wrong people. So I want you to understand, like, let's not light fires under people. Let's light them inside them. So my job as a leader.
What a quote. What a gold nugget. I got to
All right. That's the one. All right.
Boom.
I think.
Is that it?
Skot Waldron.
That was amazing.
Don't light fires
That's
under
a mic
people.
drop.
Light fires within them.
Oh my
That's
God.
the quote. That's the one, guys.
Sorry to derail you, Scott, but that was so freaking cool. I had to point it out.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
That's
Well,
But Chicago stuff.
Can you keep going? No, damn
the
it.
Chicago quote was really good, though.
Not for nothing. As a Detroit guy, I'm thinking so. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I feel you.
Thank you.
That's the problem, though, I think, is that we exhaust ourselves as leaders trying to manage our people too much. Instead of giving them the autonomy that they would feel empowered to do, finding what really motivates them, putting the effort into leading them as opposed to managing them. People don't want to be managed. I don't want to be like, hey, I'm like, 45 in my career. I've been doing this a long time, but I need you to manage me. Said nobody ever.
Right.
Exactly.
But they like to be led.
They like to be led. They want to be inspired. They want to be guided. And I will say the younger generations, all of you listening right now, if you do not have an intentional mentorship or coaching program or some way to invest in those younger generations, they're going to leave. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because they want it. They want it. And if you're not going to give it to them, they're going to go somewhere else and get it. So figure that out.
There you go. Figure that out. I think we had another book coming out.
I think we need
Figure
to
that out.
like every month or every other month.
He said he would.
So
And
I'm just going to chat GPT to write it.
take that, Alan.
You think he could be AI right now?
And before we got on the podcast, Alan says, hey, what's your hourly rate? He goes, for Chris, 4.2 million. For everybody else, it's reasonable. I said, do you take checks? He goes, 100% never from you. I'm like, oh, this guy knows me.
4.2 million, not reasonable. Is that what you're saying? Is that what I just heard from you?
No, well, maybe it would be for me. Although I'm a little short.
Are we on YouTube?
We are.
I just poured a drink all over my face because the freaking peaches just dumped out of the glass.
Awesome.
I didn't see it because I'm so focused on Chris. Alan, you just, you basically, you disappear into the shadows when Chris is around. I'm just saying. So
I'm just a small moon in his universe.
I just found out a way to block him out on YouTube. Look, guys, go to YouTube. You'll see my hangovers. All right, Scott. So obviously you do the speaking gigs, you do coaching. How can people find you? Who are you looking for? Talk to us a little bit about how we can go find you.
I am looking for people that really want to either level up. They're at kind of this tipping point in their career, whether they need to, they are those mid 40s levels, maybe in their 50s and low 50s. And they're like, I need to finish out and I need to climb. Like right now I'm stagnant. What is that next level for me? And I need to really step it up. So a lot of imposter syndrome seeps in because now we're getting into executive levels, ownership of companies. Maybe it's being passed down because the boomers are finally leaving. Thank you, boomers. Like we don't need you all the time to hold our hands forever. Like you can retire. You're allowed to retire, boomers. So letting the boomers pass the baton, but they don't trust anybody below them. So I think that if we're really looking on investing in that leadership that is up and coming, whether it's those millennials who take up, over a third of our workforce right now, and investing in them and the Gen Xers who are going to be taking over all these companies that already are actually,
God help.
That's what we need to do. Okay. Investing in those young leaders that are hungry for it. That's who I go after. Okay. I'm not here to fix people. Sorry, Chris. I know I said that earlier, but people come in and they're like, "Hey, Scott, yeah, man, I need you to like fix this guy." And I'm like, "That's not what I do. I don't fix people."
I'm not listening anymore. Like
I know. I know. The I give people tools. I am the guide. I am the one who will empower you to make the decisions and do the thing. I bet you're the only one that can do it.
All right. Speaking, coaching. Which one do you like better? You like speaking better?
I love speaking, man. I love it. It is my jam. So speaking to associations, speaking at company retreats, facilitating strategic planning sessions, facilitation workshops are my jam, my bread and butter. I love riffing, as you can tell on the show. I love just hanging out with people and really getting to know them well. So if any of you have trainings that you're wanting to conduct, offsites or whatever you're doing, let me know. If you have speaking events, your association, you're doing something, that's where I met you, Chris.
That's right.
So if y'all are down with that, I love doing that as well. The coaching piece is like the long-term transformation stuff I get to experience. That's like the slow burn where I really love to like get involved and get to know people. The speaking stuff is like the quick dopamine hit of like everybody gets to like has to sit there and stare at me and listen to me talk for an hour sometimes, which is really like,
But I bet you just freaking murder it in a training seminar where there's interaction, but it's still like maybe a weekend. I bet you're just freaking dynamite.
I don't suck, Alan. I'm just going to say.
Hey, there we go.
There's another one.
So we say every time we get on the radio, right before you get started.
I Chicago, but I don't.
No, honestly, like
he wrote my book. Damn it!
Humble brag. I've got over 1,700 reviews on my public speaking profile. That 98% of my people want to hear me speak again. So it's awesome. It's those 2% we don't care about them, and it also makes it look legit. So,
all right, I love it. All right, let's go back to the beginning because you started out with Swedish, German, and German. So you guys want to find Skot Waldron? He has one of the most unique spellings of Scott I have seen. So that's Skot.
There aren't a whole lot of choices, but this one's unique.
I think so. Yeah, I've never seen it before. Have you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Did you change it when you became famous to
yes, in 6th grade I was famous. I was in Scott Woodruff and Scott Wilson's class every year in elementary school, so I had to put my last name. I couldn't put Scott W. I had to put Skot Waldron on every paper, and it really pissed me off. So 6th grade, who's in my class? Scott Wilson, Scott Woodruff. I said, this is so stupid. So I changed it to Skot, and I never had to put my last name on anything ever again. Call it lazy. No, I call it innovative.
Genius.
Premeditated
Genius. Skot Waldron.
Proactive. Think of how much, I always say, think about how much time I've saved not putting a 5th letter. That's only 4 letters. And, I stylize it a little bit with the K. It's kind of like Prince. I'm going to go to a symbol next.
How many times have people mispronounced it?
Every now and then I'll have somebody go, is it Skot? And I'm like, is there an E on the end?
They think you're European, like from.
Well, they think I'm Scandinavian. They're like, is it from like Norway or something? I'm like, no, it's from my 6th grade brain that got really annoyed with Scott Woodruff and Scott Wilson. And so so actually, if you go to my website, I'll say, no, I'm not Scandinavian, and kind of tell you my story about how I did that. So that's it, man.
Guys, this is awesome. Great episode. Thank you, Scott, for coming on. I'm so glad I got to grab your book and beg you to come on my podcast. You've been awesome and a gracious guest as we've had a little fun. We got around it. But you know what? I'll say it again. If you didn't learn something, man, that's on you because there is a lot to learn and not just about Chicago. Again, nice city, but not endorsed by Scott. And maybe in the summer.
Let me clarify. Chicago is one of the my favorite city on the planet. It's Illinois. Illinois kind of sucks. I'm just going to say
the rest of the state.
I love it. All right, get out of here. Go make some money. Go make something happen. You know what? Do something good in somebody's life. Go do something good in somebody else's life that's not yours, Alan. Let's go make it all happen. Let's get it happen. Let's make it go. Let's get up that mountain. Gotta get out of here.
Cheers, everybody.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Small Business Safari. Remember, your positive attitude will help you achieve that higher altitude you're looking for in the wild world of small business ownership. And until next time, make it a great day.